All right, guys, so we're back again for another day, and we have some work to do. So I actually ordered some stuff we're gonna put down today. As you guys can see, the lawn's looking well after that first cut. We were only literally the next day. So the lawn's looking really good after that first cut. This area right here, starting to fill in. You can see that baby grass coming through there and starting to level up with everything else. So these areas are filling in. The one area that is not though, and we will address it today, this spot right here, you can see there's nothing really coming in. So I'm gonna run my little cultivator through there, rough up the grass a little bit, throw some new seed down, get that filling in. I am going to address the tree. As you guys can see, these leaves, nice and dark green, but as you come around here, these ones are very yellow. And what I've been able to kind of figure out, and even they're so yellow, that on the tips here, they're starting to brown a little bit and get a little crispy. So what I've kind of figured out is either it's two things, and I'm gonna hope for the first thing, is that it's an iron deficiency, which would make sense for me because this all kind of started when I made the switch from using chelated iron on the lawn to going more of a urea route to get the dark green. That would make sense. We've now just been pushing nitrogen as opposed to putting down iron, so the tree is now no longer absorbing any iron being put down. So therefore we're getting this yellowing look. Kind of makes sense. I'm gonna show you guys another area of my yard though, my backyard. I haven't shown you guys in a while. That is looking very weird. It did something weird on me this summer, and I'm gonna show you guys what it did. And I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like now after what I did to it, thinking like it was just done. But first of all, after yesterday's mow, I wasn't able to trim up the sides. So we're looking a little haggard over here. Looking a little uncut. Look at this thing. Whew. So first things first, what we're gonna do today is we are going to trim the sides, edge everything up because the temperatures are finally dropping down. I like to now go ahead and get my edging in. So we're gonna clean everything up real quick. Now the edges and trim look clean. We're back to where we should be, but you gotta make sure to clean up your mess. So grab something real quick to do that. Hold on. Hey Yankee fans, I think you guys recognized one of these before, right? It's a broom. You know, like when you guys got swept by Boston again.
The Yankees lose.
All right, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up with my nifty broom here. Much better. A sweep and a sweep. Can't complain. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we need to pump this lawn full of iron. Not so much for the lawn's sake, although it's definitely gonna help, but for the tree's sake. So I am going to grab what I got for us today. It's just some chelated iron. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. We'll mix it up, get it down in the tank, get it down on the lawn, if that makes any sense. And then we're gonna see what happens to the tree. We'll keep an eye on it and hope for the best. So iron obviously helps the lawn green up, helps a lot of plants green up. And what you wanna look for though is specifically chelated iron because this gives it the best opportunity to green up. Now, the reason why I stopped using chelated iron on my lawn is because it doesn't give a long green up on the actual leaf blades. What chelated iron does is it causes the grass blades to darken up just kind of on the surface. And it's not more of a long-term green up, which is why I don't typically use it. I like urea. Urea is a solid green up for the lawn. It will actually force the blades to grow in green versus just kind of almost like, let's just say paint them green. When you spray chelated iron on, it will make the grass get very dark green, but as soon as you mow, that green is basically gone. So if your lawn's growing quickly, it just doesn't last. But if we're not putting any iron down into the soil, we're not putting enough iron down into the soil, the tree is what's gonna suffer. So we're gonna put some chelated iron down. It's gonna help the grass out. I mean, the grass is gonna look great, and we're gonna hope the tree looks good. All right, so we got some of the Southern AG chelated iron. Again, you want to make sure that this says chelated. Basically, let's see, for lawn applications, 4 ounces per 500 square feet and 1 gallon of water. The lawn here is about just over 500 square feet. I say we're about 650, so we'll go maybe like 4 or 5 ounces, maybe a little heavier, just to make sure that it gets down into that soil for the tree specifically. Key things when you're using this, be careful when you are spraying this by putting it near the cement. You will start seeing rust near the cement. That's just from the iron. Obviously iron can be very rusty, so that can kind of cause that to happen. So just be careful when you are spraying. If you are spraying this for kind of like a, for your lawn to darken up, I would suggest doing it more with a foliar applicator. If you're using like your T-Jets, use a foliar applicator because it will help get that on the leaf blades a little bit better. Because I am doing it more for the tree today, I'm going to be using my soil applicator and watering it in pretty quickly afterwards. So if I was to do this just for the lawn, I would let it sit on the blades too for a good hour before I water it in. That way the blades can really absorb in all that iron first before watering it. But for the purposes of today, we are going to go ahead and put it on the lawn and just water it in right afterwards. So I'm going to put in about probably a gallon of water. That should be all we need for today. And then I always run it back through the system here just to make sure we got some good movement in here. And then next, all you gotta do is put it, spray it down the lawn. So you just wanna make sure you do good, even passes. Try to stay away from the cement. Try not to walk too much through it. I know that's obviously kind of hard to do if you're, especially if you're like walking behind. The stuff can get on your shoes, and then you can track it onto the cement, and then you have rust spots. So, do what you can to avoid situations like that. So I'm going to go ahead, we're gonna spray this down real quick and then water it in. What you also want to make sure that you do after you're done spraying is definitely rinse out your sprayers, because that iron will cause havoc to the internal mechanisms within your sprayer. So I always like to give a good rinse inside. This just makes sure that your tanks and your sprayers last longer. So iron's down on the lawn. Next thing we're gonna do is we are going to turn our sprinkler system on for a little bit here. 10 minutes, we'll let this run. So now it's running here, and we'll let this all water itself in and hope for the best here. So next thing we're gonna do today, fix a little bit of an area that's not growing here over in my neighbor's yard. The seed just doesn't want to take in. So I'm gonna grab another tool and we're gonna jump right on over into there. Basically, it seems like the ground just didn't want to take the seed. Even though we gave good seed to soil contact, it was just not germinating well. Now this could have easily been because I think my neighbor was overwatering, and by overwatering he created just a bigger issue for that seed to germinate than we had before. So now we're gonna be able to get this to germinate quickly. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go kind of rough up the ground a little bit, throw a little bit more new seed in there, and then we should see some germination in a couple days. So let me show you guys what we're working with right here. As you guys can see there, there's plenty of seed in here, but there's just nothing germinating in this seed area. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little cultivator here. We're just gonna kind of run back and forth through here real quick. Rough up the ground. And then what we'll do is we'll sprinkle a little bit of seed on top. Step on it, and then we'll continue our watering as normal. All right, so those are all fixed up now. Should see some good germination there in a couple days, and we will have our lawns looking good as new. So, simple fix if you guys are looking to fix some bare spots. Just get one of those little cultivator tools, rough up the ground a little bit, throw some seed in, and you're good to go. The last part of today, the last thing I need to show you guys is something that kind of blew my mind. My backyard looked absolutely terrible. I'm gonna put a picture up of it here. It looked absolutely terrible going through the summertime. I did an overseed on the backyard because it was looking so bad, and I thought it was basically dead. It was just brown everywhere. The only area that was green was near the sprinkler heads. There was a huge, what looked like brown spot underneath my bedroom window, which was being caused, it looked like, from the sun reflection. It was a perfect match for just basically the grass was getting burnt from the sun's reflection to the window, and that was just what it was doing. I figured, okay, this grass is cooked, it's done. There's no saving it. It was pretty much like that all summer long. And so at the same time that I did the overseed for both of these lawns, I did the backyard as well, and took my verticutter and I verticut the whole thing. I verticut everything, tried to just rip everything out of there, doing the best I could to, I'm gonna go through here into the backyard real quick, doing the best I could to essentially just get out all the dead material that appeared to be dead. Everything was brown and gross and disgusting. Good Lord, I need to stop ordering from Amazon, my God. I mean, my wife needs to stop ordering from Amazon. So I verticut in the backyard to get all that dead material out so I could put down the 365 SS Kentucky Bluegrass back here. And so I wanted to put that back here. I figured it'd be really nice to have that back here as well. And the Kentucky Bluegrass has started to come in, but let me show you guys what is also currently here. It is fully back. I mean, well, okay, let's not say fully. We can't say fully. But all that grass that was dead is back. I mean, it is green again. I mean, look at this. This was the spot underneath my bedroom window that was fully torched. Look how it's coming back. There's definitely the 365 SS in there because I see, oops, because I can see it in there, okay? But all the other grass here, this is all the original stuff. I mean, there's still 365 SS in here because you can see the small blades in there, but they are very, very small in comparison to the perennial rye that is definitely still here, definitely still alive. And it makes me wonder, obviously the grass was dormant, obviously. To me, it looked dead. I mean, there was no life to it. Nothing was growing. It was brown. There was nothing to it. So obviously it was definitely dormant now, but just verticutting it in the middle of summer gave us all this back. Now I obviously ripped out a bunch. You can see there's still bare spots everywhere. But this area right here, look at it. I mean, this is full. This is full of mush. So verticutting in the summer brought all of this back. Now it's gonna create a question for me coming out of winter and going into spring. If I do a heavy verticut before temperatures, will it force the lawn to grow back? And that's what I'm gonna find out. We're definitely gonna run that test this spring, this upcoming spring. We're gonna run that test to see what happens. This lawn definitely needs a mow. I am not mowing it right now though because it is very wet. So I need to wait at least another day and cut the sprinklers off back here so I can get a mow in. But that is absolutely insane to see what had happened here with just verticutting. I mean, thick. I don't get it. I thought it was dead. There you guys have it. I mean, I don't know. I would have preferred to have the 365 SS back here. So I might kill this anyways. Who knows? But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Again, it was basically, that's not even a word, is it? Well, I guess mainly about getting some iron down on this lawn here and really helping this tree out. So just, keep in mind, guys, if you guys have lawns with trees, you got to take care of both at the same time. Can't speak. You got to take care of both at the same time. And ignoring one, obviously, doesn't take care of the other. So we're gonna pound this thing with some iron. I'm probably gonna do this weekly just to really get the iron going into this tree. I want to see if it helps it at all. So let me know, guys, if you guys have had any of these. This is a silver maple, and I know that my native area, the pH of our soil is typically over 7.5, which isn't great for these trees, but apparently people put them here and this typically does happen. So they always suggest putting down more iron. So more iron it is, and the lawn's gonna thank us for it at the end of the day too. So yeah, that's all we got for you guys today. If you guys did enjoy today's video, you guys know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe button. And as always, guys, go out there, make it a great day. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.